Hello everyone, Pierce Nation here. Today we're going to talk about hand traps. Should you use them? Would I use them? And if you don't, why you probably should? And is hand traps meta? I'm going to go over all these topics and a little bit more. More specifically, I was trying to get the attention for the hand traps. Also, we hit 69 subscribers last night, I think. Last night, night before, somewhere around there. I think it was last night. Yeah, it was the night before because I didn't record yesterday morning. But we hit 69. Please somebody hit 70 so I can stop looking at the 69. If you could, that would be much appreciated, and I would love to have you here on the channel. More specifically, I'm going to go ahead and start talking about the hand traps. So, you probably noticed in my deck profiles that my Blue Eyes doesn't run hand traps, but it does run hand trap defense, and Drytron is the opposite, where it has hand traps and it has the hand trap defense. As you notice, with everything that has to do with these certain type of decks, every deck's going to be different. They're all going to have different things. Prank Kids probably has the most hand traps. I don't know, to be honest, because Sword Soul had a lot of hand traps. First of all, what I'm going to go over is what is a hand trap. A hand trap is an effect monster that you can play from your hand, send it to the graveyard or field, and pop off. Like, let's say you're going to activate an effect, it can negate the effect so that it don't go off, even though it might be one of your best effects. It cancels it out, which sucks and kind of slows down the game. But that's the meta of today's game. And yes, I answered question number 2. Are they meta? They can and can't be. I run hand trap defense, which causes your hand traps to be unmeta at times, but times when I don't have Great Digger's Trap Hole, it is meta. So again, good plays. What makes something meta? It has to be like a above and beyond play. Like every duel I've ever played at YCS has been to the wire. Every one of them. There hasn't been a game where I've went into it and just got blown out. And this year I'm going to try to use Blue Eyes and see how far I can climb with it. And kind of lay off Drytron. Drytron is good, like, not gonna lie. If you're gonna build Drytron, go right ahead. I've got the deck profile for you. All you gotta do is go on TCG Player, Amazon, whatever, build the deck. But I've got that deck ready, and you can build that deck, and you can build it to your own liking. If you want more hand traps and less monsters, you can do that. But yeah, hand traps are today's meta. And kind of glad to see that the hand trap defense is coming through, because we now have Grave Digger's Trap Hole, which is a good card, very good card. You have Called by the Grave, which you can only use as a 1, which I'm sure Grave Digger's Trap Hole is going to do the same. Hopefully not, but I'm sure it's going to. Cross out Designator. I'm not going to run that card in any of my decks because they're going to limit it to a 1 in January in the OCG. More than likely, they're going to do it in TCG as well. And also, Fusion Destiny is going to be banned in both as well. I know for a fact that it is in the OCG. It's just something to look out for. Another thing to focus on is, you know, why is it imperative, if I run Blue Eyes, that I don't run hand traps? You could run hand traps, but you're not gonna run effect failure. It's not gonna happen. I mean, technically you can, because I think it's a tuner. I think you can. But you're not going to run Draw and Lock. There's no way. You're not going to run Ash. There's no way. You're not going to run shit. What's the other one? So I think that's all of them. Well, yeah, the Ghost Grills, yeah. You're not going to run either of them because it just doesn't go with the deck. You can't get them. The reason I say Effect Veiler's on the table is because I think it's a tuner, and if so, then you could pull out the hand with the Sage. So you can do that, and then you can link Kuriboh off the Sage, and you can do a lot of other things in these decks. When I look at cards that go in decks, I look at every single card as a whole and look at the deck as a whole. You don't want to look at like oh, this one card could save me the game. That one card could also screw the game for you. I played enough tournament Yu-Gi-Oh to know. Rather if it's locals, rather if it's regionals, rather if it's YCS. YCS is definitely going to happen. If you got that one card that might save your ass, and then you get it in the worst possible situation, it will screw you over so hard. See, that's why when people ask, well, why don't you try running this? More than likely, I've already done it, but I do appreciate the input. Like, I do. Like, I read everyone's comments. I go over everything. I comment on everybody's stuff. I heard every single comment. So far, everyone that has subscribed to me and has commented has been very, very respectful. Very respectful. And I'm telling you this for the truth. Like, very respectful, straight to the point. Like, why don't you run this? I've had some people that have had different opinions. That's fine. You know, you can have different opinions. It's a game of Yu-Gi-Oh! You can run any card in your deck. You can. If you wanted to run a bunch of freaking level 10s and a few tuners, go right ahead. No one's going to stop you. That's the freedom of Yu-Gi-Oh! You can do whatever you want to do. Just like me. I like to run Blue Eyes White Dragon. When I first built Blue Eyes White Dragon, it was nowhere near this level. Nowhere near. It was a Blue Eyes mixed with Red Eyes mixed with other dragons. It was like an old school style, because that's how I grew up playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Is, you know, if I have all dragon monsters, I can power up Shining, and then Shining could be a boss monster. Then I found out Mirror Force could bounce him, which is a negative. So I had to compromise and think, you know, what cards do people use today? What combos are there? That's why the Sage, the Maiden, and the Master combo I uploaded, because I was like maybe people don't know about this combo, but I'll go ahead and show it to them. It's a very good combo. I actually recently limited the Maiden and the Master to 1 because Sage can get Maiden to the hand, and he can also get the Master if I need him. And I'm running 3 Sages in the deck. And then when Master is summoned, he can add back Sage. So then therefore he could Sage the Master once he's added back. When I say Sage the Master, that means he's going to activate his effect, target it, and summon Blue Eyes monster. So whenever you hear me say Sage a certain monster, that's what I'm referring to. I'm referring to the effect going off so you can get into different stuff. But let me not get sidetracked here. I know I've gone into detail on Blue Eyes for a minute, but we're going to get back on the topic on the hand traps. Why don't I run hand traps in every deck? Because not every deck is meant for the hand traps. For Blue Eyes, you could run hand traps. The only 2 that you could run is Imperv, which is a trap, and you can play from the hand too, or Effect Veiler. It's the only 2 you're going to run. You're not going to run Drill and Lock, and you're not going to run Ash. Ash is a zombie. It's not going to help you. Drill and Lock is a Winged Beast type, I think. Could be wrong on that. Correct me if you want. Don't care. But I'm not going to run it either because it's not handy. Because chances of me getting those cards and trying to run a all-out Assault Blue Eyes deck with card effects, combos, and negates, no, you're not gonna run those cards. If you run it my style, now if you want to run hand traps, more than welcome to do whatever you want to do. But what I'm trying to get at here is hand traps are good in certain decks, like prank kits. Prank kits don't have a lot of good monsters. It's really good in that deck, my personal opinion. Sword Soul don't have a lot of Sword Soul monsters, so it's really good in Sword Soul. You've seen me run the deck profile. I have to redo the video of Blue Eyes and Sword Soul, or just do another one. Because literally, it's crazy. Like, Sword Soul is one of the best decks I've ever seen. And I ain't joking. Like, for a synchro deck, that thing is ridiculous. I made some misplays when I built that deck, but that deck's incredible. So we're gonna get on to topic number 3, which is, I guess I didn't talk about this, but will hand traps get banned? That's the question we should be asking ourselves. I see hand traps being limited in the future, because they're coming out with hand trap defense, because they know that they messed up with the hand traps. They know they did. See, games are a lot better when there's no hand traps. They are, because it's full on out assault and you're hitting each other as hard as you can. The best deck wins. It's that simple. Blue Eyes, it kind of cheats with Piercing the Darkness. It does. I call it like I see it. It kind of cheats with it, but that's the card. That's what it is. So, gotta contest with it. It's not easy to beat. It's not guaranteed in Blue Eyes either. You have to draw into that son of a bitch. So, got that too. I could foreseeable in the future for, definitely foreseeable in the future for hand traps to be limited or banned, because of how everyone uses them, and they're abusing them right now. That's why I'm running Called by the Grave, 3 Gravedigger Trap Holes, and Drytron, and 2 Imperv, and I think I added an effect failure in it or something like that. But that's why I run those cards, because I'm like, no, I'm getting tired of this. Being for real. It's better when you have a full-on assault. It's a lot better that way. I like it better that way. I'm gonna be honest, because I mean, you don't know who's gonna win. Anybody can win. Like, if I have to be honest, like, you can do the best you can do, but it's not no good. And the hand traps, they slow you down. They slow down the pace of the game, and I'm like, why don't you just pop off the effects and let us figure things out? Because there are some cards banned that should be banned. If you're one of those bandwagon jumpers, it's like, well, they should unban Pot of Greed. No, they shouldn't. That card's too broken. You say, well, it only draws 2 cards. True. What if you draw on 3 of them in a row? Or you have 3 of them in a row, start a duel. You just picked up 6 cards You're starting off with 5. So you've already went through 11 of your 40 cards, 45, 60, whatever you're going to use. Like, you see what I'm talking about here? Like, that card definitely deserved to be banned. There's a reason it's still banned, because if you got that in something like Tritron, Blue Eyes even, Dark Magician especially, Altergeist, Prank Kids, Dogmatica Invoked, any of these decks, if you started off with Duel and you had 11 cards in your hand, you might as well just quit playing them, because you're not gonna win. There's no possible way. No. So like, that's why these cards are banned. People's like, well, I don't think Yatagarasu should be banned. I'm like, you sure about that? That card definitely deserves to be banned. If you don't know what card I'm talking about, look it up. It's got 200 attack, and it can hit directly every turn. And when it does, you skip your draw phase. And after it battles, it goes right back to the hand. Yatagarasu. Broken. But I keep getting off topic with the hand traps. Which I'm kind of circling my way back around. So hand traps. Trying to think what was the other thing I wanted to talk about them. I guess I can talk about my friends a little bit. So we're all pretty much OG Yu-Gi-Oh players. We've been around since freaking the beginning. I've watched every episode of the original Yu-Gi-Oh. Like, I stopped watching after GX. If you want to know, like, my backstory and my playing experience, where it came from, I was one of the first. I had the Dual Disc when it first came out. I ruined a lot of good cards because I like to play Yu-Gi-Oh. Like, if I'd have known what those DDS Blue Eyes were worth now, man, I would not have put them in that Dual Disc. And I didn't just have DDS. I had freaking Kaiba starter decks too. Like, if I'd have known what those cards were worth, I wouldn't have put them in a Dual Disc. I had freaking Mint Pot of Greeds, which you have the original, which I did. I had the first edition. That came out of the Legend of Blue Eyes. They are very expensive, especially if they are kept in very good condition. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you will not find it on TCG. TCG does not own a copy of LOB Pot of Greed. They do, it's the wrong version. So there's a super rare and there's a secret rare Pot of Greed that was in LOB. If you know what I'm talking about, then good on you. But yeah, there were some rare cards. So again, like I said, I'm pretty OG player. Like, I've been here since the beginning. I missed 5Ds, Zexal. Oh, what's the other one? I missed them all. From GX forward. I watched a little bit of 5Ds, not that much. It really made me not interested in it, because it was card games on motorcycles, and I was like, this is kind of dumb. I've been told by my friends, like, oh man, it's a really good story. I'm like, dude, it's kind of stupid, if you gotta be honest. Maybe I'll watch it someday. Maybe you guys can convince me to watch it. I mean, I don't know. I would really like the original Yu-Gi-Oh! I really like Seto Kaiba. Seto Kaiba is just a dickhead in the anime and in the abridged version. I love them both, like, not gonna lie. I really do. That's why I play Blue Eyes. If it wasn't for Seto Kaiba and his iconic Blue Eyes, I would not play that deck. I'm telling you this right now. I would not play it. If Joey Wheeler had that deck, nope. Wouldn't play it. Just something about Seto Kaiba. It was always, like, as big as a dickhead as he was, I always wanted to be just like Seto Kaiba. And I am the modern day Seto Kaiba. Like, I use good Blue Eyes monsters, and I turn Blue Eyes decks into something that they haven't been for a while. And, you know, because I really study the meta, and I'm like, well, last time Blue Eyes did anything was 2016. So there's a problem there. Wherever that problem is, you need to try to fix that. With the new support, Blue Eyes will be better. A lot better. So I don't think we'll have to worry about that. And Dark Magician, same thing. But yeah, we're if I can talk here. We are all the OG Yu-Gi-Oh players. We've been around since the beginning. I run Blue Eyes mostly. I run Drytron as well. My buddy Green Wolf runs Infinitrack and Fortune Ladies. My buddy Greg, he runs Zombies and Vampires. I'm talking about Zombie Eldritch Horde, which is the deck that I have modeled on this channel. And I've also done Green Wolf's Infinitrack on this channel. And my other buddy Jay, he runs a Red Eyes deck. Which, if you've seen me go over the Red Eyes deck, yeah, it needs support big time. I hope Red Eyes gets support in the future, because they really need to. Like Zombies, they're getting support. So Greg, he ain't got nothing to worry about. Like, he's gonna be alright. But all of us, we're OG players. We've been around since the beginning, and our iconic decks will always be there. For Greg, it's Zombies. You say, well, Zombies weren't around. Yeah, they were. Zombies have been around since the beginning of Yu-Gi-Oh! Fortune Ladies, they're kind of newer, sort of, but not really. I look for my buddy Green Wolf to run more of Cyber Dragons, because he's got a Cyber Dragon deck. I look for him to run more of Cyber Dragons than the Fortune Ladies, because I found that Fortune Ladies that kind of work. It's a draw engine, and it gets into Exodia, but I don't think he's wanting to go that route. I think he's wanting to stay Fortune Ladies and build on an extra deck, which is fine. But I don't know. I'm still kind of trying to do research on it to make sure that that we get this figured out and corrected. But not real sure how that's gonna go. So, like I said, we're all OGs. Like, we have been here since day one. I remember when the Yu-Gi-Oh! Starter decks first came in. Dude, I wanted one so bad, but I couldn't afford it. They were like, well, at the time, $20 was a lot. My family didn't have a lot of money. We was living paycheck to paycheck. Actually, we wasn't actually getting a paycheck because my mom barely scraped by. We barely scraped by. There were some Christmases where we really didn't get much. And then there were some when I was younger, real younger, that were freaking, we got everything. Like, seriously. I didn't get my dual disc until, say 2007, 2009, something like that. So whenever they first came out with them. I think it's the Battle City dual disc. I think is what it is. I think, I'm not positive, but I think it's Battle City. But I remember, man, she wrapped it, dude, and that dual disc is so sharp that we just like accidentally pressed on the freaking paper and ripped it, and we just like, that's a dual disc. and she had them like laying in the back of our house. My mom was pissed when she found out that we busted the wrapping. And I was like, barely even touched it. She's like, no, you ripped it. And I was like, what are you talking about? That motherfucker, we literally just tapped on it, busted right through. But anyway, yeah, I mean, it's crazy, like how Yu-Gi-Oh has grown over the years. Like, I figured they would have some like way, like more specifically for dueling. Like, I mean, I'm fine with the card game the way it is, but you know, I figured like they would actually have like their own virtual system for dueling, sort of like how Kaiba does in the new Dark Side Dimensions movie. That was cool. I like that. If they could incorporate that in real life, I'll be all down for it. Make like something like where you have to bring in a deck, and they put your deck into a system, the way it is, and then like it automatically just randomly generates what cards you get, and play off of that. That would be cool. I mean, I don't know how you would do that, but it's a cool thought. Yeah, man. The first Yu-Gi-Oh cards I ever got, I did not buy. My mom did not buy them. My dad did not buy them. I got them on the school playground when I was in 2nd grade. It was the same year I got Pokemon Blue. And we had a Game Boy. It was a Game Boy Advance. We didn't have the colors. I was wanting the colors, but we never did get them. So I got Pokemon Blue that year. I got it first, and I beat Pokemon Blue too. I couldn't beat it anymore because that was the only Pokemon game. Well, it wasn't the only Pokemon game. There was Gold and Silver that was out, but that's beyond the point. So we have those games out, and then some kid is on the playground, and he's showing off his cards, and I'm like, what is that? And he's like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Haven't you heard of it? I was like, seen the anime, I didn't know they had cards. He's like, yeah, they have cards. Here they are. And then, you know, they do like the Halloween thing, and this kid shows up with the freaking Millennium Puzzle, the whole deal, in that Yu-Gi-Oh! Costume. You've probably seen it like 1,000 times, but pretty cool. I was like, mind blown. I was like, oh man, wish I had that costume. But you know, if things go my way this year, I will play online EDO Blue Eyes, and I will dress up as Seto Kaiba. I've already got the hair for it, so I don't need anything else but the freaking get up and to shave my face. That's about it. But that's the things keep going in the right direction. So right now, it's going in the right direction. I like where it's going. I feel like I'm getting a lot of support. I love all my subscribers because of how respectful my subscribers are. Bleh. Like, I was like, well, I'll probably get some good subscribers and I'll get some bad subscribers. So far, I've gotten all good subscribers. Like, they are very respectful. They do everything to like try to like, hey, maybe you should try it like this. Might be better this way. You know, you guys are awesome. Like, I'm just gonna go and tell you this right now. You guys are awesome. I didn't think that I would ever like gain a fan base for anything that I did on YouTube. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest here. I'm at 69 subscribers. Hopefully, you guys make it 70. I'm praying here, like, cause I would really like to hit 70. And then off of that, we're gonna go for 80, 90, and then 100. And then once we hit 100, then I will set the next goal for 200. But while I'm talking about subscribers, before I get to the end of the hand traps, so I want to do something. And I want to do it when we hit 100 subscribers. I feel like it would be a good subscriber thing to do. Make like an hour-long EDO video on the new Blue Eyes meta versus the new Dark Magician meta. And just set it up to where it's gonna be a battle. Do like half of it with Blue Eyes and then switch and do the rest of it with Dark Magician. I want to do that. That's what I had planned for the, the 100 subs video. Like, that's what it was gonna be. Let me know if you guys want that. If that's something you think that you'd be interested in for 100 subs. Because I am 31 away. If you clicked on this video and you would like to help me, please do. I would much appreciate it. And if you would like to comment, go right ahead. You can like the video, you can do whatever. I don't care. Again, just be respectful. Be like everybody else that's currently here. They're very respectful. They love the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Just like I do. And hopefully you do too. A lot of people that are here love Blue Eyes White Dragon. And that's a good thing because I love Blue Eyes White Dragon as well. My favorite card is actually Blue Eyes Shining Dragon. That is my favorite card. That is why it is still in my deck. That monster is my favorite Blue Eyes monster. Just specifically for how it is. Now, if they ever made the card exactly how it is in the Pyramid of Light movie, it's broken, dude. If I remember correctly, I'm actually gonna look this up here while I'm talking to you guys. But let me go and see if I can get on something here. Oh, I guess I already have pulled up. Pull that over there. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look up that card in the movie. Blue Eyes Shine.